engagement and to have frank, candid, called the ESD platform, the Enhanced Strategic Dialogue Platform, for further engagement and to have frank, candid discussions so that there are tangible outcomes from those discussions. I've invited the Foreign Secretary that the next meeting, the next review of that ESD should take place as soon as possible. We have to host it in Islamabad, and we will be happy to host you in Islamabad for that dialogue. And the idea is that through this dialogue, we upgrade our relationship to a different level, to a higher level. That is my desire. On Afghanistan, I shared my assessment with the Foreign Secretary of the evolving situation. Things are evolving. They're nothing certain yet, but they're evolving, and we are both hoping that they evolve in the right direction, the direction of peace and stability. You want that, I want that, the region wants that, the world wants that, and so we are in this partnership for peace. I also shared what in our view should be the way forward, and I am happy to share that there's a convergence on the steps that need to be taken in the days ahead. We also had a discussion, and I pointed out the steps taken by the government of Pakistan, the tremendous progress made by Pakistan on the issue of FATF. Pakistan is very keen to get out of the grey list, and we have taken steps, legislative steps, administrative steps, and concrete steps that are being today recognized by the world. I have urged the Foreign Secretary to be supportive to Pakistan on the steps that we have taken on that score. Red list obviously is an issue that has been discussed in Pakistan. I did touch on that subject, on how people feel about it and what needs to be done to get Pakistan off the red list into the amber list. And I'm happy that there is a meeting at the technical level that has been arranged on Monday. Dr. Faisal Sultan will be representing Pakistan and putting forward Pakistan's point of view. And I've also suggested a number of steps that can be taken, that make both sides comfortable on how to deal and how to overcome this challenge and how to get Pakistan into the amber list. On the whole, it was a frank, candid discussion, and thank you for coming.
Thank you very much. Well, first of all, can I say what a pleasure it is to be here in Pakistan, to have a very good, constructive, cordial meeting with His Excellency Foreign Minister Qureshi, both on Afghanistan but also the opportunities for the bilateral relationship, and I look forward to seeing the Prime Minister later on today. The bedrock, the basis of the UK-Pakistan relationship is very strong, and like His Excellency, the UK has desire, the will, and to take it to the next level. We also have very clear and shared interests in the future of Afghanistan. After the Kabul airlift, we evacuated over 15,000 people to the UK, which was unprecedented for modern times, certainly for the UK. And we're working together to continue the secure, safe passage for those who haven't yet made it out of Afghanistan, whether they're British nationals or indeed those who have worked for us. It was important to have the opportunity, and I'm very grateful to the government for making this possible, to go up to Torkham, to see for myself the situation on the ground and talk to people on the ground and really understand it at that level. As for the UK, we're very mindful of the situation for Afghanistan's neighbours. We will be shouldering our humanitarian responsibilities. We've increased our aid budget for Afghanistan this year to £286 million, and we will also be supporting those countries who face the greatest demands for those who may be displaced in the weeks ahead. We've also sent a team, a 15-person rapid deployment team, to the region as a whole to make sure that we can help with the logistics, the practical arrangements that we also discussed for allowing people safely and securely to cross borders if it's into third countries to get back to the UK. And of course that's a way of easing the burden on some of Afghanistan's neighbours. I'm also pleased to announce that today we're releasing the first tranche of that extra aid money that I mentioned. We are sending up to £30 million of life-saving support to Afghanistan's neighbours, and that will include Pakistan, so that there is the money to provide the basics, the shelter, the household necessities, the sanitation for those who come across the border. We recognise this problem. We want to be part of the solution with such a key partner. We also stand by our commitments for Afghanistan's future, and I think there are a number of priorities that we discussed today. The humanitarian lifeline, preserving regional stability, holding the Taliban to the assurances that they made, making sure that deeds follow words, and of course making sure that Afghanistan cannot be used and will not be used as a base or a safe haven for terrorist groups in the future. We're building, and it's important for us all to work together to build an international grouping, coalition around these core elements, around safe passage, around all the other elements, strategic and otherwise, whether it's through the G7, NATO, we've had a recent UN Security Council resolution, and of course the regional partners are going to be absolutely key to forging a way forward. And Pakistan's support and role will be vital. And if we come together in that way, with all of those that are interested and want a positive way forward, we will be able to exercise the maximum moderating and positive influence on the Taliban. We have a shared interest in supporting a stable and peaceful future for Afghanistan, and I thought with a very good conversation we had about the common and the commonality of interest in how we pursue that going forward. We also discussed all of the bilateral issues that His Excellency raised. We listened, we understand the concerns on issues like the Red List, and all the more important that as close partners we really intensify the bilateral relationship, particularly with, I think, a big anniversary for our bilateral relations which is coming next year. Thank you very much, and it's a great pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much. I understand the ministers have time for a couple of questions. Would you kindly introduce yourself while posing the question? A gentleman on the left side. Right side, sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Foreign Secretary. Welcome to Pakistan. This is Naveed Siddiqui from Dawn News. I have a question regarding the Red List. In the backdrop of Red List decision, the relationship between Pakistan and the UK seems to be strained. Even the people of Pakistan are very much annoyed with this biased decision of the British government. How can the ties between the two friendly countries can be improved, sir? Thank you.
Well, thank you. Look, I totally understand the impact it has on both Pakistani and British nationals. Our community is one of the great things about our relationship. It's built on the very personal relations by the diaspora in this country and the British Pakistani diaspora in the UK. So these things are important. I'm also commend the efforts of the government of Pakistan to contain the pandemic. We're working to manage the impact of COVID on both countries. We have a shared interest. It's an international challenge, not a domestic or national level challenge. So we do understand that this is a sensitive issue and a difficult issue. We base our decisions on the technical evidence, the scientific basis, and I understand that that's often contested, which is all the more reason why it's I think good that the Pakistan Special Advisor to Prime Minister Khan, Dr. Sultan will be holding expert-level talks with UK public health authorities. We want to find a way through. No one wants Pakistan off the red list more than I do, but we take these decisions at a technical level, and I think the smart thing for us to do is work together to enable that to happen as soon as safely and responsibly can be done.
There's a request from the center, the lady in the middle.
Hello, Nicola Karim from the BBC.